Admittedly, I wasn't very excited to talk about it because I was thinking like I got those. I just back up. You're probably wondering how I got here, right? We just watched that '70s show, the finale, and I wasn't all that excited to talk about because it's just such a boring season. I thought it'd kind of just be like, yeah, that really sucked. But they tricked me in that last scene. That final scene was actually good. The best scene in the entire season was seeing, I don't know, the actual characters we like actually go in there and actually smoke a bowl together.
Yeah, have their last final circle.
Which was pretty cool. And it was funny because as I was writing down, I wrote, all right, this is actually a pretty good scene. I'll give credit where credit's due. And I was like, I'm really surprised the writers had the restraint to not insert Jackie and Donna into the scene.
Yeah, me too.
And ruin the circle like they do every other time they're ever in the circle. From
I think Jackie works sometimes.
Jackie's
Donna's
fine. From Donna counting her fucking teeth, I can feel every nerve in my body and every other dumbass thing they have her say.
My hands are so big.
Because they were just like never, they can never like quite ever get like 3 or 4 or 5 steps in a row before they fell down as far as what her character was, as far as like the humor value she brought to the show. Which was rather annoying. And then hilarious, as I'm writing down, all right, thankfully they didn't pollute the scene and have Donna and Jackie in it. They immediately rushed. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I know, they were going
but thankfully they didn't
too.
join. They were just like, all right, let's get out of here. And they go upstairs and they ended on. I'm surprised they actually just didn't end on them saying like 3, 2.
I know.
I'm surprised they actually threw in the 1 and then cut to the fucking that 70s show. Even though I do think it's pretty douchey and not necessary for that 70s show to end at New Year's in the 80s.
No, actually,
I don't think it's that important. I think it's
detrimental.
actually super lame and not cool. It's too much of an obvious idea where everyone, like, you'll hear them say, I mean, it's the most obvious way to go with the story. It's like, you're right. Sometimes that's not the best way to go with the story, though, because it's the most obvious one. And ending that 70s show at midnight is not that cool. That's just dumb, all right? Because you know what? No one would have said, that 70s show is cool, but the fact that it ended in 1982 was just really, really fucking pissed me off. They should call it that late 70s, early 80s show. Like, no one would have cared about that. And also, it's dumb as fuck that we're supposed to then believe, wait, you guys aren't in the 80s yet? The show that started in like 1977 is somehow on season 8 and it's only 1980?
Yeah, what the fuck? You guys
It
are like
shatters
80
the illusion
years
even
old.
further. Of this already, and also, so that means what? If it ended last year, it would have ended. The show would have ended in '79. Would that have ruined? Is that why they came back for the 8th season?
I guess
They're like, guys, Topher Grace is leaving. We didn't end on the New Year's Eve. That was always the plan, to end on New Year's Eve. You know?
Well, that was always the plan.
Instead
Why
of
didn't you
that,
just do it last
we're going to do
season?
this new season that no one enjoys where you think, everyone's like, what's the worst part of the show? Randy? No, the worst part of it is the goddamn Fez apartment. Whenever it goes to a scene in
so
Fez's
gross.
apartment, I wanted to open up a fucking vein and kill myself.
Yeah.
It's the most gloomy, boring set. It feels like a set.
Yeah, it
Not
feels
only does it feel like a set, it feels like a cheap set. It feels like a set for a
And it
college
feels
humor
grimy.
video.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like an actual, like, you know, classic apartment, which they're so clearly trying to do. They're like, hey, Friends has apartments.
It's so
Everyone loves the
gross
Friends apartment. Let's do one of those things over here.
Fucking, I'm annoyed that the last like 2 minutes of the episode were even enjoyable. Because honestly, I thought it was going to be like fucking. Because the whole last season's so boring. I thought we could go 8 seasons, and it all led to this.
No, yeah.
We just
That
rip
last scene was good, honestly. If we started recording 5 seconds prior, which was terrible, was with no, you know, happiness about the overall product. But I'll give credit. That last scene was pretty good. I don't necessarily like the whole entire final joke being, hey, whoever last one up the stairs has to call Red a dumbass. I'm also confused as to why they're like, all right, this is the final episode. We got to tie up all these loose ends. Let's dedicate a solid 8 minutes of the 22 to flashbacks of a better show to
so
remind you
annoying.
about what it used to be. Maybe then you'll think it's actually good again. Maybe we'll trick you.
Yeah, they were trying to trick us, and it didn't work at all. Because every fucking flesh was just like what you said. It's like, thanks for making this show used to be enjoyable. Thanks for wasting the last episode of this entire show to be one of those flashback fucking episodes sitcoms. Used
Yeah,
to
you know,
do.
at least The Office did that shit during like the writer's strike in the middle of like this one season. Like, all right, fine, have an hour-long dumbass episode.
Yeah.
They didn't end the series by them being like flashbacks. They
Yeah.
might have. I don't remember the ending of that show. That show fucking sucks.
No, the ending of that episode is that dumb fucking. Oh yeah, we've been doing this documentary for the last 9
And they
years.
throw
Let's
a
answer
party or
questions on the
whatever. Yeah.
panel.
Oh my god. And Ed Bedgley and fucking.
And they're like, "Pam, didn't know you for being such a
Francis
bitch with art
Conroy,
school."
like, Aaron, where are your parents? And then Ed Bedgley does like a weird little zany dance, and it's like, that's
stupid,
all,
too.
folks, and it cuts to black. Yeah.
Honestly,
what a dumb
if season
fucking
8
show.
didn't happen, a 70 show could have just been like a nice 7 season. Yeah, season 7's a little weak, but be like, yeah, whatever. It's a little weak last season, but it's still, all in all, it's a good show. It was fun hanging out with the gang.
I think it's interesting that they spent all of season 8 shitting on Eric just to have the final moment be, hey guys, Eric's actually back. So maybe don't try to make me hate the character through character assassination. I'm also curious why the finale, they were like, all right, so we called we called CAA and we were talking to Mitchell, and Mitch says that Topher's willing to come back and Ashton's willing to come back. We were only able to get Topher for 6 minutes though. Ashton's going to come back for the whole episode. Topher, very strict, 6 minutes.
And he said he has to have a commercial break in between.
So we're going to have the finale be about Kelso coming back with his haircut from The Guardian. And we're going to have Topher Grace show up for the final scene. Be awkward. Hey, Donna. Hi.
And I'm glad that he's doing The Guardian. Good for him. But, like, can we maybe not use the awkward, not good Kelso haircut? Just give him a wig or something.
Do something, man. Don't just let me. Don't make me look at me like, oh yeah, he was doing a movie right now. This isn't Kelso. This is that guy from that movie. Also, I hate the fucking groove set. Also, they're getting a lot of legroom out of that record store as well.
Yeah, all the sets they added in like the last season were fucking dog shit. It all felt weird.
It was all
gross. It was all grimy.
The jokes sucked. The laughter sucked. The laugh track was weird. Honestly, there was a lot of aha.
Yeah, the laugh track was. And you'd hear
it's like the scenes were all fucked up too. Even the scenes of characters who previously coexist. Like I know that Eric and Kelso are gone, so it's like the pacing's all different. But no, even scenes that were only exclusively Jackie talking to Donna, which we had plenty of those through the first 7 seasons. Even those felt dumber.
Yeah, honestly.
I think they really lost me when in like season 8, episode something or other, fucking Kitty is talking to whatever Hyde's wife's name was, Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha.
And she's like, "Ooh, tell me about how he fucked you." Holy shit! Wait, whoa, back up, slow down. Yo, he did what to your fucking pussy? And then they end the show with her saying, "You're like a second son to me." It's like, well, I don't know. I guess the difference between first son and second son is the first son, when you walk in on them having sex on the kitchen table, you're grossed out. And the second son, you're like, interesting. How's that work?
Yeah.
So her leg goes, I never thought of that. You do Pilates, miss? Nice to meet you.
And how about that interesting Fez and Jackie little forced storyline?
Dude,
for 6 episodes?
It's not. No. The entire fucking season is just actually. How about no? The entire season. What was the point of any of it? It's actually no. Fez isn't moving away. Actually no. Red and Kitty aren't moving away. No, Randy and Donna, they're actually not moving in together. No, Fez actually doesn't like Jackie. No, Jackie actually doesn't even like Fez.
Actually, Fez does like Jackie.
Actually, no, they do like each other.
Actually, they love each other.
Actually, no, Eric and Donna aren't forever. No. They're broken up. She loves Randy. Actually, she doesn't love Randy. Actually, no, not at all. She's actually very much over Randy.
Actually, the Grooves is closing down. Actually, it's not actually.
Yeah, Fez. Oh, yeah, Hyde's actually quitting smoking. Actually, he's not quitting smoking pot. And also, he lost his job. He didn't lose his job at all. Actually, no, he's actually perfectly fine.
The entire last season was actually.
Fez is with Carolyn. Actually, he's not. Fez is a womanizer. Actually, he's actually not a womanizer anymore. Actually,
he just wants to be one woman.
Actually, he wants to be with one woman. Actually,
Jackie's going to the news station. Actually, Jackie's not going to the news
Jackie actually doesn't work there anymore. Actually, at all. Actually, Jackie doesn't do that actually at all.
Fez is working at the hair salon.
Fez is an amazing. Actually, Fez isn't a great kisser at all. Actually, Fez is actually a really bad kisser. Actually,
he's getting better at it.
Actually, he's a really bad. He is getting better at kissing. That was the entire final season. Then it's like
actually, Eric's coming back. Actually, no, he's not coming back.
Actually, Eric did come back. He's just late.
Actually, yeah, you're right. He did. Actually, he is here.
Actually, this is actually the last time we're going to hear Red say "dumbass."
Actually,
there's one more. He's going to say "dumbass" one more time. Actually, he got one more in there. That was the entire season.
Actually, this is the last time that Hyde's going to be able to punch the girl in the back of the head.
Jesus Christ. Break the fourth wall there. Yeah, this entire season, honestly, watching the show, it does become a little peculiar watching it. And he gets these, like whenever there's these, like, ominous foreshadowings that.
So many of them.
There's a lot of them. Almost as if someone was like, I get a bad feeling about that guy. Because there's a lot of quips in there where it's like, the classic where he shows up in your 5 years, prison, where he that's the one everyone talked about. We just heard him like 2 episodes ago and I can't remember what it was.
I knew what it was, and then
it was like, "What's your future?" It's like grim.
Yeah, I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's very good. That's what we come here for.
Okay.
Oh, also the terrible new theme song.
The theme video is fucking scary.
The theme video is god awful. Fez and Jackie overall makes dick sense. Not him Not him loving her or her loving him or him denying her and then him denying and then her denying him, or the way she acts about being denied with spray painting on his car, or the way he retaliates and gives her green hair and a clear wig, or any of it.
Well, that all makes sense, and that all worked really well with how the show was going.
Literally,
for the first
the whole entire
seasons.
episode was a fever dream. And all, like, for instance, when they had the selling of the house thing, and they're like, well, so they're not actually selling it, but they actually are selling it, but they're actually not selling it.
We're not selling
and then we went into it for that weird POV, like it was a porno, and we're following the housewife around, and instead of getting to the point where she says, listen, I need to sell this house, your wife's not here, I'll suck your fucking dick, like every one of those things usually ends. Instead, it turns into her crying and kicking them out or whatever. But the house even looks so weird. Seeing those angles of the house and the wall.
So tiny.
Suddenly the house was I thought it was a nice little spacious. Now it's like the fucking you're living in a shoebox. Out of nowhere, you put the wall in there, everything becomes weird. She's bouncing around. They have that one picture hanging off to the side. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole show, I think I'm excited for that 90s show though now.
Well, the 90s,
really got me
that 90s
excited for
show,
that.
it didn't for me at all. But the weird thing about that 90s show is that 90s show takes place in 1995.
Oh, by the way, actually,
I'm talking.
no, but actually, you know how Fez and Jackie are together? Actually, they're not together. Actually, it's Kelso and Jackie again.
Correct. It's Kelso and Jackie.
I thought we were going to do that whole bit again.
So in that 90s show, it's 1995, okay?
Okay.
That 70s show ends January 1st of 1980, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In season 1, episode 6, taking place in 1995 of that 90s show, Leia fucking Foreman, she turns 15. Which means
shit.
Eric came home from Africa. Donna said, I'm going to college. And said, no, you're not. I'm putting a baby in you.
Dude, Eric's a monster.
I know. What a piece of shit. Apparently, it's true. Because think of the timeline. The show ends New Year's of 80.
Do you think that's actually going to be canon, that's actually what happened?
It has to be, dude. I don't think they're smart enough to know it is.
Smart enough to do,
but it has to be.
Dude,
it has to be. This is a canon event.
Fucking so
Eric ruined her life anyway.
Donna wants to go to college, and then Eric's like, "Nah, you can't go. I'm in love with you."
Not even to mention, too. Not only is it dumb that Eric he's gonna go to Africa and teach or whatever. Not only is that asinine to his character, but like the only character that story is plausible for would have been something douchey Donna would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Donna's the one who wants. So not only is that Eric doesn't let her go to college, and then he travels abroad. Now I think when people say I'm going abroad, it's like it's definitely fancy speech for saying I'm going to Europe.
Yeah.
No one says I'm going to travel abroad and they end up in South Sudan.
Yeah, they just say in South Sudan.
Yeah, that's not really a thing, but he ends up going abroad, which I think, Donna would have liked, or at least the real Donna before she became blonde Donna and stopped being good. Yeah, I don't know. And it's the fact that, like, this entire season they were, like, trying, I guess, to jump back to their roots a little bit. They're trying to, like, reset, because, Hyde hates Jackie again. Hyde doesn't like Jackie anymore.
Yeah, but that's not at all uncomfortable after the last 4 seasons of them being together.
But my point is, you think they would have, like, had her go back to... She wasn't still filming that box office bomb. She did that dumbass... She did some, like, movie about something where she had dye her hair blonde.
Oh, did she really?
That's why she dyed her hair blonde. It was for a movie.
Why couldn't she just...
In that movie,
so Henry
where she's like all scared and shit. I think some guy breaks into her house or something.
No, I'm not as familiar with Laura Prepon's career as you are.
Not many people are, honestly. That's the thing I really want to get into at some point during this conversation. Is just how is it that really, besides Mila Kunis, that anyone, and I guess Ashton Kutcher, that anyone, and that kind of took. My point is, no one's like fucking. What did Fez is on like currently on CSI New York or something? As like the 7th smallest person on the billboard. Not even the guy in the front. It's one of the people who's walking where it's like not just the headshot. Usually in those posters, you just see Mark Harmon's head. Mm-hmm. But then, like, behind him, you start seeing people's... And the further back there, the more their whole body you see.
Yeah.
Fez is one of the full-body guys in the back of one of those posters. He's not even, like, just a head. He's a body.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, he did have that really cool little run being in the LMFAO videos.
That was true.
Not everybody in that 70s show gets to say they did that.
That's true. I'm not friends with Sky Blue.
And then Hyde got to do the ranch, and now he's in prison.
Well,
so
Hyde got to do a lot of failed things before... the jig was up, I guess. A lot of passion projects didn't work out for him because they're all shitty. Maybe it was his bad work attitude in person. Maybe he was just a cancer to be around. I don't know. Sound like a pretty awful person.
This is bad work ethic.
It might have been. Or maybe he was just picking shitty projects like Men of Work with that Cassidy guy.
I forgot all about that. The fact that your brain can retain that kind of knowledge and pull it out.
TBS on Wednesday nights, bro. What else is there to watch at 8:30 on TBS?
Alex, that's what makes you the king.
That's what makes you the king. And then, Donna had October, as she called it, on that Craig Ferguson interview.
Dude, hold on.
I just finished film because apparently she's such a hot commodity. She can't be bothered to say, we just wrapped that 70s show. Now I'm doing a little thing called October Road. She has to say...
I forgot about that.
I just finished 70s and now I'm on October.
That's so gross.
What?
It's so fucking gross.
Yeah, you and Jake Galinsky from fucking One Tree Hill, all right? The guy from How to Make It in America. Let's see how long this show lasts.
It's so fucking crazy that I'm still hung up on the whole how much of a monster Eric is. Not letting her go to college.
Dude, and then he knocks her up immediately.
Says we're gonna get married, then we're not gonna get married. Then he goes like, I'm going to Africa. We're gonna stay together. I'm breaking up with you.
No, you know what he did?
I'm back. You're my baby mama.
No, you know what he did? He probably pulled a fucking Silas from Weeds and took the condom and started putting the pinholes through it.
That's sick.
Except for Donna's not even deaf.
So it's not fun then?
Well, no, you know how Andy says that obviously deaf chicks give the best head?
Oh, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
They're not, because they're not intimidated by the gagging noises, you know? There's no self-conscious aspect to it. It's just all engines a go.
Overall, I give it a B-.
We'll end it like all those. Yeah, I spent 10 minutes tearing apart. But overall, it's really great. I can see why people like it. Not for me personally, but you know, overall, there's a very artistic vision, and they did it. But again, dude, that means Eric and think about it. That show aired in May, okay? I think. Mm-hmm. So let's just say
May the 4th. Her birthday's probably May the 4th.
Probably is a dumb joke about that somehow. Like, he planned that.
Dude, we gotta watch.
But then again, I guess she was a really early pregnancy if she was knocked up on New Year's, because she had been. Dude, I don't even think that bitch, dude. It's summertime though, I guess. So maybe, dude, literally, he got her pregnant on New Year's.
That's fucking crazy.
What's 9 months from January?
He was horny, dude. He's been in Africa
September.
for this year.
She must have been born like a month early or something. That's what it comes down to. She was a month early. Because think about it. She goes there in like August, I think.
You think so?
That's 8 months into the year. That makes sense. I'm a goddamn sleuth over here, all right?
How'd you figure all that out? Did you figure that out on the spot?
On the spot,
Did you just see the numbers and all made sense?
Johnny on the spot, dude.
They always call you that. They always say Alex is like Johnny on the spot.
But no one's career panned out. No one. And it's like, besides Jackie. But did it really? She got to be the woman. She got to be like the female love interest in a lot of rom-coms. And she had to have like two where it was like...
Dude, she had Jupiter ascending. She also had the gods great and powerful.
That's true. Maybe she actually got a lot of chances. They weren't home runs. They were more like singles and doubles.
She's also in...
You know what? She got Bad Moms 1 and 2, man.
That's what I was going to say next.
She got Bad Moms 1 and 2. She got to be in the inferior version of No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher and the other one.
Oh, yeah, Friends with Benefits.
Yeah, the inferior version.
The significantly inferior version. But however, though...
That's actually really crazy. That's actually insane. So she like went down on Natalie Portman in Black Swan, and then Ashton Kutcher went down on Natalie Portman in No Strings Attached, and then Mila Kunis, I'm assuming at some point he did something nice during their relationship, and she said, you know what, fine.
Yeah, at some point.
That's
just
like kind of this weird holy trinity.
Yeah, so not only are they married, they're also Eskimo siblings.
Yeah, they're in a throuple somehow.
That's crazy.
That's probably that's gotta be some sort of loophole where it doesn't even count as cheating, you know? Where she's like, Ashton, why is there a picture of you in People magazine with Natalie Portman? You're holding hands. Like, it's fine. I was listening to this podcast, and they said it doesn't even count because we've both gone with her.
Let me listen to this podcast.
And then she's like,
making
wow.
a lot of sense, actually.
Next issue of People magazine, who's holding hands? Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman walking down the street.
Wow. We just did a lot for those people.
We just
enlightened them
That's
completely.
A happier marriage for everyone involved. I think Natalie Portman's married. I guess her husband just gets the
He's along for the show.
I don't know.
He's really into voyeurism.
He gets to hear about it, actually, yeah.
He's more of an audio guy.
He thinks he gets intimidated when there's like a crowd. You know, he performs at work. He doesn't want to then come home and perform as well.
Because the stars are like us. He's down to earth.
And then, you know, the husband was like, he's just being ridiculous for yourselves. And then Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis was like, no, trust us. We get what he's saying, all right? You can't always be on.
Listen to this podcast.
This is for the actors to escape. And then he listens to it, and he's all on board. And now it's 2 marriages and a hell of a lot healthier marriages, I'd say.
That's how you grow a fan base. Yeah, man, that 70s show's okay, I guess.
It's all right. I mean, you know, minus the finales, minus the fact that no one cheered for Kels when he walked onto the screen, minus the fact that every Randy joke was the most obnoxious. Yeah, my grandpa waited till he was 90 for his Packers tickets, then he ate them. Every single joke is like him setting something up, and then he like has to also then give a final like at the very end of it, like a little zinger, and it's really fucking annoying. Yeah, I learned about astrology at college. That's a constellation up there. And then she's like, that's an airplane. He's like, oh, I just went to a really bad college.
Is that actually in the show?
Yeah.
I blocked it out. That's so stupid.
The guy never stops. He's just always like 1,000 miles. He's always got another thing to say. He's the Mark Norman of this one. It's fucking, you know,
Yeah, Randy really is a fucking cancer to this show.
He is. They should have just put fucking, I said Josh, but they put Seth Meyers in this one instead. This guy could fucking run, the Late Late Show. See how that works out.
There was that one joke when he and Don had that first flirty moment. I forget what it was, but it was the bottle cap thing or something.
Yeah, like,
that was
funny.
Great.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, Randy gets so much shit, man. He's actually gonna be like the unsung hero for season 8.
No, Randy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's terrible.
And his setups suck, and he fucking sucks. And I think he hates Fez.
Yeah, he despises Fez for some weird underlying
another
reason.
Weird thing too. It's like you're telling me you're gonna replace two. You're gonna get rid of Eric. You're gonna get rid of Kelsey. You're gonna bring on this jerk off, and then to make it
Great
even
hair
more,
though.
Great hair, phenomenal hair.
It's
I don't
feathered
agree.
and lethal. You just don't see it these days.
I don't agree with though this weird, absurdist, blatant lie that they're proposing. That when they keep just saying like, "Oh God, he's so jacked." This fucking guy's built like a goddamn he's a goddamn bronze god.
Eric's a scrawny little piece of shit, but have you seen how
yoked Randy is?
It's feathered
No,
and lethal.
that would be funny if they kept saying that. I feel like the only person who commented how nice his hair was
us.
him.
Oh yeah, he said
Randy
it
said like
once.
10 times.
Yeah. Well,
And he was just waiting for someone else to agree with him. They didn't do it. For some reason, they were all just too blown away by his chiseled bod. Even though he looks like as scrawny as Eric. And if you're thinking, I don't remember. What's he look like? Seth Meyers.
yeah, he looks just like Seth Meyers.
Who's also, by no stretch of anyone's imagination, under any circumstance, no matter who he's standing next to, is he ever considered, wow, that guy's in phenomenal shape.
or hot.
Or hot. And especially not nice hair.
No, but fucking
But
Randy's
Josh Myers
got great
got great hair.
And maybe that's why he's so fucking weird with the group, because they never acknowledged his hair and he was insecure the entire time.
I could have been one.
He never
Maybe
had a chance to
just
be
about
himself.
Fez, because Fez was always doing his, like, I'm the guy dressed as nice with pretty hair, But no, Fez, you look basic as fuck. This entire season, you're dressed dumb.
You think at some point Mila Kunis might have gotten bothered playing the exact same storyline
Over and over
Michael
again.
twice, and then with Hyde twice, and now with Fez in the finale?
You think Fez got tired when they were like, all right, it's season 8. Your real life girlfriend, Lindsay Lohan, she's your love interest. He's like, oh, awesome, that's sick. And then they said, actually, Caroline's back. Actually, she's also gone. Actually, you're a womanizer. Actually, Elijah Dushku likes you, or someone else popped up for a second. Actually, this old lady likes you. Actually, Caroline's back. Actually, now you have this really hot girlfriend. Actually, she's becoming a fucking nun.
Fuck you. And you know what? Actually, you have a really small
Did they have
dick.
2 different writing teams to get to the king? We're trying to get the work done twice as fast so they could go on a longer summer break.
It has to be
And
it.
someone wrote this half and someone wrote this half, and they're like, wait, no, shit, dude, fuck. They need to get together. I've been writing this whole entire part. Oh my God, you moron. I've been writing about how Jackie's in love with Fez this whole time. And the guy's like, oh, I've been building Fez into this womanizing
No, you idiot. It's not going to work.
Well, how am I going to get his new hot girlfriend out of the picture? What if she moves to Italy to be a nun?
Yeah, that's why you're the,
Like all hot girls from Wisconsin evolve to do. It's the next step.
That's why you're the guy in charge, man. You come with those good ideas.
And then that's how they met them. They met them back up. I'm just going through. I'm just going to bounce around, and then fucking like even High points down when they try to be meta and they're like, Jackie, you just went from me and Kelso and Fez's one. You can go to Bob. Honestly, her going to Bob would have made more sense character-wise than her being interested in Fez. If she randomly was like, I don't know, Bob is not going to live much longer and he's pretty dumb and he's got a little bit of money. I'd be like, okay, I guess that sounds like something that there's some positives there. But now the person who's just been fondling, oogling, and groping her for the last, I guess, only 2 years based on the show's timeline, she's like, you know what? I love him. I can fix him.
Apparently, that's the way you get girls.
I guess the show's message really took a turn for some of the cast members and how they went out with their personal philosophies.
It's weird how life imitates arts for some of these
a little
guys.
bit. Also, again, like I said, Randy's just this fucking sex symbol who's jacked and everything else, and all the girls want to date him. And then they go to that bonfire, and every girl there has dated him. And then he finds one girl who he hasn't put his dick in, and he's like, Donna, here's Sarah. Never dated her, don't want to date her. She doesn't want to date me, right, Sarah? She's like, I don't know, you're pretty fucking hot.
Randy is pretty hot. Have you seen his hair?
And then he's like, not now.
Lethal.
And she's like, no, seriously, do you want? I'd love to just like see what your dick looks like. And he's like, God damn it, no, fuck.
I always have this problem with women.
And then again, I just don't get it. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, and I also don't get too why you bring Randy on and he's like, oh, this guy's a fucking sex symbol. But then Wilmer Valderrama, who's given you 8 years of dedicated service, right? You're going to write the last 2 episodes of the show, okay? It's not season 3. It's not season 5. It's the final season. Not the first half of the season. It's the end of the season. You want the last known everyone's mouth to be, God, Wilmer Valderrama has a tiny dick.
It's so tiny.
We're going to have Jackie write it on his car. Then we're going to have everyone for the next episode just keep saying, hey, Fez, I saw your car. You have a no, I don't!
Yeah, he's going to get super insecure about it.
He's going to keep yelling about it over and over again. It's like, bro, you need to get your agent on the fucking phone and tell him to do his fucking job and talk to these goddamn showrunners and say, cut the bullshit.
They pranced his ass around for 8 seasons with all the dance numbers and the tight pants, and now they're going to say he's got a small dick.
Look at Fez's penis.
That's great.
And he's just okay with it. It's like, dude, the show's ending. We're not coming back for next year to do something else whimsical where they forget about it. No. It's pilot season next year. You know what all the cast actors are thinking? I don't know. I mean, do I want a character who's got a tiny dick? Like, fucking...
No, they just said that the character, but everyone's thinking about it now.
Everyone's going to be watching the show thinking that, wow, I guess this super cool guy in this LMAO video
you can't have chips with
has
a small
tiny
dick. It's not going to work.
And like now it just changes the sexy and Manoa connotation. And like, why is he even hanging out with those guys? Those guys are all confident not having tiny dicks. And then Fez walks in here.
Yeah.
The fuck's that about?
It was the entire dynamic of the show.
And I mean, it must have been something that was grueling to the point where it wasn't even just like a throwaway joke. There's tons of throwaways in these shows.
That was like the main A plot.
They're like, no, that's
episode.
at least the B, at the very least. Like the B plot's going to be, and that must have been a weird table read. What the fuck? What's the B plot? About how small Wilmer's dick is. Small Wilmer's dick is. How small Fez's dick is.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? A lot.
Hey, it's tomato potato.
Things about Fez I didn't need to know. I don't also know. I don't entirely understand like at all why the writers like went this way, because I never once found myself at all for a second exactly wondering, gosh, I wonder where Fez is from. And I also never wondered, oh God, God, I really wonder what his last name is or his first. I wonder what his name is. Never piqued my interest, and I'm not sure why the writers of season 8 thought so heavily that they had so much leg room on this one. Like, oh, dude, we're gonna have an episode where Justin Long shows up, and we're gonna pretty much spend 22 minutes being like, what country are we from? Who knows? Ask the Dutch. Hasta luego. It's just ridiculous. Who cares?
They also got a lot of mileage out of the whole, you've had a really good grasp of English over the last 8 seasons, but now also
you don't. Actually, Fez doesn't understand English. And most people, they get to the point where they start to learn things because they're there for longer. Well, we're going to explore the regression part of that, where he now regresses back to being a foreigner. And also, it was really interesting because, I feel like Jackie hasn't called him a foreigner for like 3 seasons. Uh-huh. And then they have this season where she just thrown it around with a hard R and everything.
Yeah, really. She was
and then
racist
she says her. No, but then she says her. So then she has the throwaway line to try to, I guess, make us sympathize for her. She's like, my racist dad. And it's like, I don't know, bitch. I don't remember Mr. Burkhart ever saying anything like this versus you spray painting guys' cars saying he's got a tiny dick.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. This girl's cold, man.
And like I said, okay, maybe if they ended the show where it was like Jackie was like, what the hell, Jackie? Why'd you write I have a giant penis on my car? And then she's like, well, Fez, I was going to write it's small, but it's so fucking massive. And he's like, oh, that's true. It's very large. You know what? Maybe on the NCIS New Orleans poster, instead of being a little body in the background, he'd be the full head on the front.
Warren Beatty actually had them recall the posters to that movie.
Warren Beatty, Highway to Heaven. 200,000 posters recalled. Why? Because his dick looks small in sweatpants.
That's crazy.
I agree. They also didn't even acknowledge that Kelso was gone during this season, really. They just said, hey, you're back.
And the audience didn't seem to give a shit.
No pop. I mentioned that earlier if you were listening. Doesn't need to end on 1980. I established that. The Guardian haircut wasn't cool. I already mentioned that one. 3 for 3.
What would your spin-off be for this show?
Hold on. There's more to say, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Des.
Mentioned the Fez having a tiny penis joke. Got that one out of the way. I still don't know what the point of any of it was. Like I said, nothing happened. Everything was just actually what you thought the story was going to go. It's not going that way. It's just we're going to end the show on the status quo in every sense of the word. And then we're going to have the only thing that doesn't, I guess literally Eric went up. I genuinely think he must have gotten her pregnant during the night of the finale.
Yeah. I mean, everyone was drinking champagne. You know what happens when
That's
they're drinking
the surefire
champagne.
way. everyone says that. It's not even. Yeah, condoms are like 99.9% effective until you add champagne to the mix.
Then there's
0%. It's a little bit of nerf. Now it's like, it's 50-50 really.
It's a little bit of nerf.
I do think though that one way they could have saved the show was that scene when Donna broke up with Randy. I think they could have wrapped this entire series up in a way that made it all worth it, including the Randy storyline. Okay. If it randomly shifted where Randy just kind of stared at her blankly and he kind of just really simmered for a second, you saw him kind of just like start to just like his face just starts to slowly drop and a smile peeks out from the back. Okay. And it turns out he's just some fucking massive lunatic, crazy freak psychopath who wants to turn her into like a couch pillow. And he's just fucking crazy. And he's like, I loved her since the first grade. And she like kicks sand in his fucking plane. He actually used to be like a really ugly kid in the school. And he's like, you don't like me? And his whole entire plan was to get with her and break her up. And he started to fall for her, and he got clouded judgment by the fact that she started to actually like her, and then she actually breaks up with him before he can break up with her. So now he's the fool twice again. And he's like, fool me once, fool me twice. And he kills her. And he snaps at her, and he just fucking, and then Eric comes back and finds, and then him and they have a fight to the death, and then I don't know, it rides off and the show ends.
Or does he find her? Does he find her down in like a little hole cave area in the basement
as
with
the
dog?
couch pillow?
Oh.
He's like, well, this is a really interesting pillow you have, Randy. Everyone's saying, like, wait a minute.
This has.
Oh my God. That couch pillow is my wife. Yeah. How often did you pull out that reference?
Not very often. That was pretty good. You save it for the best times, too.
I'm also surprised that I feel like it's kind of crazy that there was never a point in which they got sued for that whole gag of having the water tower thing. I'm surprised there was never an article in like 2005 saying local kid dies jumping off water tower to recreate iconic that 70s show gag amongst friends.
Yeah, that's actually amazing that never happened. You know, it probably did, but the powers that be were probably hush money, and they didn't allow it to ruin the integrity of the show.
Yeah, I think they ruined the integrity of the show, like I said, somewhere along the lines of having Kitty interested in Hyde's sex life, or when they had the audacity to end it. Hey, where anyone seen Lori?
Fucking, so hold on a second.
Has anyone seen Lori? That awesome, super fun character that was really good, and then we recast it and it was terrible. And then now we're going to tease you since it's been 2 years. Maybe you're thinking, oh, did Lisa Robin Kelly get her shit together? She's coming back for the finale. Is that why you name dropped her? No. She's probably dead in a ditch. We haven't thought to check up on her. That's probably contributed to the reason why she never got better from her drug problem and died.
Because we fired her. Instead of us insisting she work and help her through her
almost
problem,
like it also happened with the people on Angel. Maybe it's like, you know, maybe do like that. We saw the Vanessa Shaw clip from Pretty Little Liars. Do it that way. Fire him, but say, are you okay? You need help? Like, we need to fire you, but we don't hate you as a person. We just can't have you working here. Maybe then we'd have less good actors dead, all right?
Instead of, I'm tired of your bullshit, kick rocks.
Get out of here, yeah. Doyle, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the only
okay?
Honestly, as soon as he's
Lori,
gone, Angel's unwatchable.
Go fuck yourself. I agree completely. He's the reason the show worked, that guy, dude.
Fucking, don't Jackie and Kelso have a kid in the new show? And around the same age as Donna and Eric's?
Yeah.
So did Kelso come back and immediately after Jackie and Fez are happy together, plow Jackie, and he's like, well, if Eric's doing it, so the fuck am I?
Yeah. And where's his daughter with Shannon Elizabeth?
Dude.
And speaking of Shannon Elizabeth, when they needed to add another female character to the show at some point, the dynamics got too old, and when you took rid of Kelso and Eric, instead of just only adding Randy, they should have had a girl join. They could have had you know what would be a good character? If I could have like any choice in the whole entire series lineup, I'd go back to that college episode and get Sarah Lancaster as a series regular. Dude. She seemed very interesting. Like she had a lot of interesting things to talk about.
She had
something just about her, you know. She seemed like she had a lot of passion.
There's a story to tell.
Yeah, there's definitely a story behind those eyes, and definitely in that blonde hair, you get lost in it, you know.
Easily.
But realistically, that's a bit of a stretch. But you think they could have like kept, I don't know, second Lori around and at least given it a chance to work?
Yeah.
Actually kept me. I didn't like Angie, but keep Angie around since you forced it on us, or maybe Samantha Hyde since you forced that on us, or maybe fucking keep Brooke around since you forced that on us, and maybe or Carol, maybe just someone you introduced, just have them actually stay in the show for a series of time.
The entire show is actually Brooke's here. Actually Brooke's not here.
The entire show is actually
Angie's gonna be actually.
I know a lot of shows do that, but this show somehow does it the worst way. Where
Red's working at the plant. Actually, it's not working at the plant.
Because
actually,
most shows
the muffler shop.
have
actually,
it where you're like, you know, they'll have a girlfriend come on for like 4 or 5 episodes, and they actually feel like they served a purpose. And it just feels like a guest appearance. But this show did some weird magical thing where they come on for like 9 episodes, so you're really like, oh no, they're a part of the show, and then they just disappear from the show. They never actually have that like Didn't Kelso, like, were they on good terms? And then she was gone.
So. Yeah.
And they never mentioned her again.
Yeah.
And where's that daughter? Is she in the new show?
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna mention that. I don't think they're gonna mention Lori. I don't think they're gonna mention Hyde at all. I also think they're gonna mention that Eric's even though they wanted to rip apart his character in the original show. I don't think they're gonna mention he's actually a monster.
Yeah, they should have a scene where she's down and it's like, you and Mom, like, I know you went to Africa. What happened? He's like, I came home and I fucked her.
Huh.
Like, the night of? Well, technically the morning after. It was like 12:36 a.m. 36 minutes after the ball dropped. And then my balls dropped.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun.
dun,
Yeah, that was pretty good.
dun, dun.
And then the last thing though, I did dawn on me though is I understand why, because I realized that the reason why they did the whole creative way of the circle was to not actually show the actual puff and pass mentality and everything, and kind of hide what they were actually doing, because you could have watched it like a more and like, I guess they're just having a conversation down there, laughing. Maybe I don't know. I guess they were like having a good time because they didn't explicitly show something.
Something must be burning down there,
right?
Because it's really getting really smoky down there.
I guess they must not. That guy must not have. Eric must not have had a lot of sleep last night. Why is he seeing that wall move like that? He must be really nervous. But I do wonder. Do you think they were smoking fucking J's, or do you think they had like a nice communal bowl, a bong they had that they all shared, like fucking half baked style with like a little recessed wall and everything?
This might be
that changes the entire show. Are they passing around a bowl? They have like a big pile and they got their nice trusty. I need a pun for a bong, but I can't think of one.
I didn't know there were puns for bongs.
In Half Baked, they have like all their bongs are named funny
the
things.
names. This is Jerry Garcia.
Yeah,
that's not a pun. That's just
the bong's not named Jerry Garcia.
Who's that guy that smokes a lot? The country singer, Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
this is my Willie Nelson over here.
Yeah, classic. good, nice wordplay.
Thanks, man.
Here's my bong, Willie Nelson. Can you tell I smoke a lot of pot out of it? That's actually why I called it Willie Nelson.
This is my Cheech and Bong.
Nice.
You're welcome.
That wouldn't have applied in the show, would it?
No, maybe actually, because they came out in the 70s, I think.
But Tommy, I don't know, man. That sounds like it's going to just break the reality of Tommy Chong smoking out of the Cheech and Bong.
True.
Or the Chong and Bong. I don't know.
What are we talking about?
Something about something. No. Do you think they're smoking J's?
That's what we're talking.
Do you think they had just one big bong? Do you think they had a fucking?
Can I answer your fucking question?
I know we know they made brownies.
You know what I started talking about? She's so long for you. Take so long for them to get to the.
One more thing I'm going to say though is, you know what would have been a good episode for them to have done back in like season 3. They should have had like a wood shop class where Hyde was making a wooden bong, like a wooden beaker bong, and then have where like Eric's like, oh, it's a vase, it's a wooden vase, and then you could have Red be like with a down stem.
How do you know what downstem is, Red?
That's not the point right now. I'm gonna put my foot in your ass.
I want to downstem my foot in your ass.
How would I downstem my foot in your ass?
Fucking before I started smoking, I thought probably joints, because I don't even know if I could conceptualize what a bong was at the time. However, though, maybe this is the Mandela effect. I'm pretty certain at one point Kelso makes a gesture, them going to, and he makes a bong gesture.
Interesting.
So I might be wrong, but I'm almost certain he does that at some point.
I'm unsure. I can't confirm that nor
I like to think they're passing a bong around. It seems more like the circle.
Well, I'm thinking, I feel like a joint it seems so lame that they just light up a little joint and they all take turns passing it around. You know what I mean? I guess that's what you do in a circle.
Make 2 or 3 at a time.
That's when you go outside. You don't need to be. You're in a basement. You're chilling. There's a table in front of you.
Yeah, dude, they gotta be bong.
There's gotta be a bong in there. But then it's like, where's it go? Where's it hidden? Who cleans it? What's the ratio? Does it stay there?
Right. Well, all we ever see is the incense.
That's all we ever see.
These guys are quick. Oh, you know how like our cousin was there this past week? Every time she ran in the room, we just hit the bong under immediately?
I did that a lot.
They just threw it to the table real quick.
She came in when I had an inhale. I held it for like a solid 3 seconds, and then, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it wasn't, but it was long enough to the point where my eyes were watering, and then when she left, I was like, oh! And shooting the smoke out. It's pretty good.
She didn't catch you once.
No.
That's hilarious.
Dumb kid. What a dumb little kid.
Yeah, really. That's like our own, that 70s show rapper moment, our own circle. Get out of here, kid. We're trying to smoke.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've said all I have to say.
I said all I had to say.